All right, we're live. What's going on, chat? How we doing? Ladies and gentlemen, we are in action. We are live. We're living it. We're in action. The last comment on the Pump Fun stream is hilarious. I didn't even see that at the time. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Maybe they were talking about flow. He knew what he was talking about. He definitely knew what he was talking about, which we're going to get into. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the Overexposed Show. We are live. We are back here again. We're live here on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern. Today it's clearly not 5 p.m. Eastern. Had to push it back 2 hours, had some IRL stuff, but we're all good. We're Gucci. Life is locked in. We have a lot to talk about, so we are going to get right into it in a second. Sorry, Chris, in a second, I'll say this. If you guys are watching on X, please feel free to hit me up in the chat. I'd love to see you guys in the comments. Love to see what you guys have to say. I love seeing the comments. It's actually really fun. Let me go ahead and pin this post, pinned profile, pinned. I love seeing what you guys have to say. It's always super, super exciting, super fun to mess around with you guys, chat, yap about. It's great. So we got that going on. What else? If you guys are watching on Pump Fun, if you're watching on Pump Fun, I also check the Pump Fun chat. So if you guys are watching on any of the chats, right? Pump Fun, Twitch, X, hit me up, right? Like let's yap, let's talk, let's see what's going on. Anywho's a what's a who. We're gonna hop right into things today because we got lots to talk about. All right, let's see. Wow, my bookmarks went really wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, dude, I've got a lot to. Okay. We're going to start with this. Some of you okay, wow, dude, it's off to the wrong foot. Some of you may have seen this going on. Apparently, there are exploding trees in Minnesota. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's a legit thing. I'm going to find this on YouTube, okay? And if I just look up exploding trees from cold. All right, here we go. And share this tab instead. How does this work? I want to see like an actual video of one of these trees actually exploding. Caught on tape. It's like scandalous. Hold on. I definitely have to see this live. Is Pete going to explain with an actual video? Okay, here we go. Clickbait or real concern?
Is a great eye-catching or ear.
I believe this guy right here will definitely have the information on exploding trees. I trust him.
Ear-catching phrase. The trees don't really explode, but they do crack along the stem from the bottom up. It could be a 2-foot.
That's crazy. Look at that split.
Crack. It could be a 10 or 15-foot crack, but they don't explode. They don't shatter. When they do crack, it sounds like a gunshot.
That's actually, I can imagine it. Hold on, because Pat McAfee had an example of this. Hold on. Wow, he has so many. He posted this like yesterday. It's already gone. How many posts does he put out? Nikita, rate limit him. Okay, dude, check this out. The trees are exploding. Look at that. It's like a bomb. Look at that. That's crazy. Oh, wait, you're not seeing it. Look at this. The trees are actually exploding. Like I'm not joking. They actually do explode. I mean, look at that. It's like a bomb went off in there. Apparently, that is just from like the sap expanding as it freezes. So the tree literally splits from root to the branches. Just there's a crack, and they literally explode. This is ridiculous. Imagine it gets so cold that there's just bombs going off. It's just trees. Wow. Everything reminds me of her. That's great. Wood. Yeah, That's absurd. So beware. It's going to be freezing cold over the next few days. If you go outside and you hear gunshots in the forest, look twice. It might have been an exploding tree. All right. Just be careful, I guess, of randomly exploding trees. Anyway, we're gonna keep things going. It's just ridiculous. Oh man. We're gonna talk about that later. We definitely should talk about that, but we'll talk about it later. Hmm. Yeah, this is insane. So a lot of people have no idea where Kamchatka is. It's like a weird hinge on Russia, right? Hold on, let me see. Let me pull this up. Images. Okay. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna pull that up. That's not good enough. I need it bigger. So people can actually see what I'm looking at. Hold on 1 second. Okay, perfect. So Kamchatka, Russia had the biggest snowfall that they've had in years. This is not even an AI video. This is just actually the level of snowfall they had. I think multiple, like they have 5-6 feet plus of snowfall. The most snowfall that they've had in 130 years. I mean, look at this. This guy's in his car and the snow is blanketed. We're talking about 10, 15, 20 feet above the car. They had to make a tunnel just to get to his own car. This is ridiculous. People don't know where Kamchatka is, right? Kamchatka is like this weird peninsula looking thing kind of off the coast of Alaska. So people are like, oh, where's all this going down? It's this weird area. No one really talks about this. No one ever thinks about Kamchatka until there's more snow there than like it's biblical ice age level stuff. I gotta say though, this must have been if I was a kid, this is maybe the single greatest thing a kid in Russia could ever ask for. A slide built from nature from the top of their apartment complex to the ground. Like that's unbelievable. I saw a video of some guy jumping out of his apartment window from like 8 stories up. Totally fine. Because it's just blankets and pillows of snow. What's going on? That's funny. Oh man, that's great. What else we got? So some of you may know the Sphere in Vegas, like the Sphere in Las Vegas. They had a post, right? So Sphere is actually it's a larger business. Sphere is a business that expands beyond just the Sphere in Vegas. And they had a Sphere where apparently they have a focus on creating a global network of spheres across forward-looking cities. The business plan is to just build more spheres. It's like kind of comical. What do you do? What is your business? We build spheres and we place them across the planet. For what purpose? We must build more spheres. It's like, I mean, you know what? Kind of impressive. I do got to say though, right? Imagine you live in this building, okay? Imagine you live in this building over here. Jarvis, enhance. Jarvis, enhance. Okay, thank you, Jarvis. What is this view? What is this view? You're trying to go to sleep and your room is filled with the glow of of advertisements. It's like someone's advertising their gamble. Someone's advertising DraftKings, and you're trying to go to sleep, and you can't help but just be inundated with the bright lights and sounds of an arcade, spinning coins, shooting them out. You must gamble. You're like, I just want to sleep. It's just, I can't imagine it. What a horrific event to happen in building in particular. It's ridiculous. But hey, you know, they just want to build more spheres. It's what an image. What an image. New Americana. You travel the bridge and you see the sphere. What's up, Nico? Good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. Dude, it is actually kind of hilarious. Like, it's a little ridiculous. Jarvis, enhance. Jarvis, build me more spheres. Jarvis, spherify the world. Oh, man. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right, what else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Keep things rolling. Is that actually real? Hold on. Wow, I can't hear anything.
About 7 times more than they would have to pay by raising their drug, like 7 times. This wasn't like a little.
Oh, so this is not relevant. Okay. Somewhat of a random fact. The last time Denmark sold an island. Okay, hold on. Let's try that again. Somewhat of a random fact. The last time Denmark sold an island to the U.S. was in 1917. That island was Little St. James, more commonly known today as Epstein Island. Is that real? Hold on. Hold on. We got to fact check this. Little St. James, 1917. Google search. Share this tab instead. Okay. Let's see. What does Google have to say? Does 1917 come up? What? Hold on. We have to check this source. You're joking. You're joking. In 1915, especially after the sinking of the Lusitania, the issue of the U.S. purchase of the Danish West Indies again became an important issue in U.S. foreign policy. Okay. No way. Formal transfer of the islands occurred on March 31st, 1917. We paid them $25 million in gold. And we bought Little St. James, which is now known as Epstein Island from Denmark. That's crazy. The last time that we bought an island from Denmark was Epstein Island. There's no way. What is this timeline? Dude, there's times where it's just like there really is just a script. There is just a script. There's a plot line that the world follows. And I mean, that's it. Like we're talking today about Denmark selling, right after the Epstein files get opened up and whatever. We're talking about Denmark potentially selling another island, also known as Greenland, to the United States. And the last time they sold an island to America was 1917 with Little St. James, a.k.a. Epstein Island. That's unbelievable. What is this plot? Who's writing the script? Wow. Just wow. Huh. That's actually ridiculous. That's actually ridiculous. Anyway, so let's just keep going. I'm finding the next post. That's all. Give me a second, chat. Wow. Let's see. Anyone want to pump fun? No one's saying anything. All right, cool. We'll keep going. No, I don't like any of those things to talk about. So let's just keep going. This is what I'm going to talk about. Great. All right. I had Flo on just 2 days ago. I had Flo on. Okay. Flo comes on the show. He says he's generally bullish on most things, although was not bullish on gold. And the next day, Flo says, if I die, I die. He shorts gold. It is maybe the perfect short I've ever seen on gold. I don't think anyone could have ever timed that any better. So when it comes to people that I bring on the show, let me tell you, they know their stuff, okay? Flo came on the show and he called it. Not only that, let me find this. INTC, right? Okay. And let's put it on the 5-day. Okay. Perfect. Share this tab instead. So Flo came on the show. Not only was he bearish gold, but he also said he was very bullish Intel. He said this at 48, right? $48, roughly speaking. The next morning, bang, bang, plus 10%. This guy, I'm telling you guys, I don't bring people on the show for no reason. Flo is my GOAT. This is my GOAT. This is what I stand for. Respect. This is the mad lad. Also, shout out Ostium. Clip that, ladies and gentlemen. This is my GOAT. All right. You guys might be all about your TJRs, right? All about your random influencers. This guy is a sub 10K Chad, a sub 10K follower Chad. Hall of Famer. Sub 10K Hall of Famer, my opinion. Stamp it. Ship it. God bless. Let's see what else we got. Should
Fuck my fucking Chungus life in Chinese. 他妈的大肥兔人生，他妈的大肥兔人生。
Tama de da fe tu rai shang.
他妈的大肥兔人生，大肥兔人生。
Okay, let's try again. All right.
How say fuck my fucking Chungus life in Chinese?
Okay.
他妈的大肥兔人生。
Tamad da fe tu ran shun. Tamade da fe tu ren shang.
他妈的大肥兔人生。
Okay.
他妈的大肥兔人生，大肥兔人生 ，fucking Chungus life。
Anyway, I felt that was necessary. So, to my Chinese audience, there you go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Oh, that's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Yeah, so when people are hating on Farcaster, this is the problem, okay? For years, we basically everyone knew that Farcaster was not going to work. Everyone who tried it didn't really love it. Everyone who went and talked on Farcaster realized that they weren't really getting all that much attention. It was just kind of like speaking into the void. It never felt like it was the right thing to do. Like it never felt, this is comfortable. I belong on Farcaster. There were too many steps. No one really cared. It was just crypto nerds. There were not really that many cool people on it. It was literally just crypto nerds. So for years, we had very strongly established, hey, this doesn't work. Like, do something else. And it just got shoved down people's throats over and over and over again. What he's saying here is pretty much exactly spot on. It was basically king made by venture, all right? Farcaster was basically king made by venture. It was a little bit tiresome. It was like you keep seeing it over and over. And look, there are smart people working on it, people that I respect working on it. So I don't hate them, right? I'm not upset at them for working on the product, but there seemed to have just been some there was a coordinated push that everyone knew wasn't working and it wasn't going to work, but they kept shoving this decentralized social down our throats. Decentralized social. And I have a strong opinion that decentralized social, especially Farcaster, may have been a huge detriment to Ethereum, especially. We're talking about a platform that basically absorbed at least half, if not way more, of the attention of the actual goats of the Ethereum community And they just got bubbled and siloed off into their own weird echo chamber that was Farcaster, rather than the greater Twitter sphere where the actual conversations were being held. And you could just say decentralization is great and is the future of the world. And you'll get 50 likes on Farcaster, think you're doing something. Wow, everyone agrees with me. You have the social proof. But realistically, the rest of the market doesn't care. Vitalik, all the bullish posting that he was making was going into the void on Farcaster. It's like, and then to be honest, to see Vitalik right afterwards be like, yeah, you know what? In 2026, I'm still going to leave Twitter. Right? I'm still out of Twitter. I'm still looking for decentralized social media. It's like, it's not worked. We've tried. The market right now is definitely just not interested. Maybe in 5-10 years. Maybe then it'll be interested. Maybe it's worth another shot. Like, there is such a thing as too early to the market. But clearly, it's not working. Yeah, no one's going to remember Farcaster, in my opinion, at least. I mean, people might look back in time and say, oh, this was a serious attempt at a decentralized social media. Didn't work. So I don't understand. And there's other weird things, right? So it says here, they raised over $150 million at a $1 billion valuation. How they got acquired by a much smaller company, Nanar, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, no one has any idea how they actually got acquired by it's a genuinely, significantly, at least supposed to be, smaller company. And I think they were working on top of Farcaster and somehow ate the whole thing. Like, there's more to this deal that's unclear. And this is also why people have so much distrust towards some of the VCs and whatever, because it's like, well, you guys forced this down our throats. Like, no one believed in this. And for years, it was just Farcaster, degen token. Like, it just gets exhausting because we know it's not working and we know it's not picking up. And yet here you guys are slamming it down our throats. But at least, we finally get to move on. So, great. Great, I guess. What else we got? All right. Yeah, dude, this is what I'm saying. Tom Lee, in my opinion, has just lost the plot. Like, whatever he's doing, maybe it's good, right? Like, the Mr. Beast thing, that's kind of interesting. At least someone is out there buying Ethereum, right? Someone's trying. But when you're doing that, when you say things like Bitcoin's going to hit $180,000 by January 31st, my guy, we are like 2 weeks away from January 31st. There is no shot that Bitcoin hits $180,000 by January 31st. So when it doesn't hit $180,000 by January 31st, you are just torching your reputation. That you're supposed to be the kingmaker. There's a reason why Michael Saylor isn't like, well, Bitcoin's going to hit X price by Y date. He might say $1 million within 10 years, because if it doesn't hit $1 million within 10 years, one, who cares? Two, it may, like, he already kind of lost anyway, so whatever. Or at least he's won enough by that point, so he's fine. But if you're giving a 2-week timeline for a greater than doubling, when there's no sign that it's actually going to happen, and it's also here, breaking news, not going to happen, you are just losing the plot and losing all faith in you. Yeah, exactly. Same guy who called 15K ETH before the end of last year. No one trusts him. Like, no one's trusting these calls. So when you say, I'm bullish ETH, I don't believe you. And I don't believe your rationale. You're supposed to be right. So make generalist statements, or, hear me out, don't make statements that are bullish, or don't try to be a bull. You don't know how to do it. This is not how you do it. It's just like the guy's lost the plot. I'm getting tired of wild, useless price predictions. Yep. Did he specify the year? This one. Needs to STFU. Yep. Give me every single drug this guy uses. This is what I'm saying. Like, there's no trust. You're supposed to be establishing trust. How is this the ETH bull? How? Dude, it's like, man. maybe the Mr. Beast thing works out. Like maybe that's actually kind of a goated move. But otherwise, how is this the voice of Ethereum? What a disaster. Okay, this one is crazy. Politics has definitely gone too far when, how do I say this? Politics has definitely gone way too far when medical staff are refusing police officers because they believe that they're ICE. Like, last week, two NYPD detectives. Last week, two NYPD detectives were mistreated while seeking medical attention at NYU Langone after being injured on duty during the arrest of a violent perpetrator. Upon arrival, they were met with rudeness, disrespect, and a lack of basic professional courtesy by hospital administrators. Okay, they were part of the DEA. This is in New York City. I mean, it's like sad. How do you show up at a hospital injured and medical staff refuse to treat you because they think you're a part of ICE? Even if they were a part of ICE. It's like, okay, I'm in law school, all right? And there's questions that get brought up to kids. Like, for example, if you want to be a public defender and you want to defend someone who's done something absolutely heinous, yes, there is an ethical ability to step out of a case if you are so perturbed by what they did that you can't actually effectively counsel for them. But one of my professors once said this, and I really strongly believe this, right? Like, never judge anyone by their worst action, right? And I'm kind of appalled that someone that's tasked with the duty of working in medicine, which is, in my opinion, one of the most noble duties, right? You take care of the people that are in front of you, right? When Ronald Reagan got shot, he made a joke. He was like, I hope the doctors are Republicans. Actually, they weren't. They weren't Republican. Turns out that they were actually Democrats. Came out afterwards that they were Democrat-leaning individuals and had voted against him. And they still took care of him nonetheless, because that's what you do as a medical professional. Because that's what you do as a medical professional. You take care of the people in front of you. That's what you do as a professional in any line of work. Like, unless you absolutely cannot, you take care of them. And especially in medicine, that is one of the highest honors of, even if you disagree with someone, even if you don't like someone. If someone comes to you in a time of need where they're injured, genuinely injured, and needs help, you help them. That is like the hallmark of society, in a sense. And I can't believe that politics is so infiltrated people's sense of just duty as a human that they can't even take care of them as medical professionals. In New York. I'm like actually saddened by this. This is actually sad. Yeah, exactly. Even during wartime, doctors and nurses were bound to treat the wounded of both sides, and they could be trusted to provide competent and compassionate care no matter who they were treating. I'm at a loss. Like, this is just sad. And to let politics get in the way of your decision making for who you take care of in a hospital is, I mean, in a word, depressing. Yikes. Anyway, yeah, that's actually really frustrating. So, yep. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep things going. That is just I'm like so put off by that. It's so like infuriating to read that,
AI has done is it has re-empowered the head of technology in every business in the United States. And it has pushed budgetary resources into the hands of the chief technology officer. This is
the CEO of Citadel, which is one of the most impressive, he's not lying here when he says the most technological, one of the most technologically advanced companies in the world, and that everything he's saying here is facts. They've done a lot of automation for decades. So if he's saying this about AI, it should be taken seriously.
So what you're seeing across American business is actually the impact of American businesses spending more on digitization writ large, of which AI is just one component. It's one component, but in some sense, it's the cover story that creates the space for American companies to really embrace technology in a much more profound way.
What he's getting at here is that AI for the past few years, and even more, is that there's been this rising sentiment and rising, I will call it, narrative. Okay, let's start with this. There's been a rising sentiment, there's been a rising narrative around AI that it's going to come in and replace everyone's jobs. And to an extent, that's actually potentially true, right? Like there are some, we'll call them lower level jobs that don't require much, we'll say like critical thinking, I guess. I don't know. Can be automated through AI. And a lot of those jobs will actually get wiped. But there are a lot of jobs that are actually being supplemented by AI. I have very close friends of mine that their entire business is expanding and expanding rapidly, all while in the presence of like a massive AI implementation within their company. All that to say, AI is seemingly, at least like according to some of the leaders of these companies that actually work with AI, such as Citadel, it is not going to wipe out white collar jobs, especially. It's not. It's bringing them in. As someone that works in law, by the way, personally, as someone that works in legal, personally, like has exposure to the legal field, when you use AI, it's additive to the work. It makes you faster. It's not necessarily supplementing people, or it's not getting rid of people in their positions. It's actually just making them better. So this whole narrative, while it might have some basis in fact, I got to say, if the CEO of Citadel is saying this, I got to take him at his word. He might obviously have some interest, right, in investing in AI and might want to downplay some of the downsides, right, or some of the downsides that AI may have. And that's probably the case. But I do believe him. I do actually believe him that the claims that 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs are going to disappear, that claim is just hype. It's not actually real. And I think a lot of jobs are going to either stick around, if not actually just be supplemented. And I mean, I would not be surprised if we see a massive productivity boom once AI is really, really fully fleshed out. Give it 3 to 5 years. We are going to be moving fast, in my opinion. All right. This is what I'm looking forward to talking about. This is going to be so funny. Ontario, Canada is going to be the coldest place on the planet this week. Temperatures are going to plummet to negative 50 degrees Celsius, which, by the way, at around negative 42 degrees Celsius, it flips, right? Where negative 42 degrees Celsius is negative 42 degrees Fahrenheit. So when it goes to negative 50 degrees Celsius, it actually is negative 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Imagine walking outside one day, like, I wonder what it's going to feel like. Negative 60. Negative 60, not including wind chill. Dog, what is going on in Canada? That is absurd. The polar vortex moved away from the pole. Like, it just left. And it's come down to Canada. It's going to sit over Ontario and be the coldest thing you've ever experienced, apparently. I'm just at a loss for words. Imagine being there. Imagine being in Canada and experiencing negative 60, negative 58 if we're splitting hairs. That's unbelievable. I mean, could you walk a mile under basically any circumstances in negative 60? Like if you had a winter jacket on, a ski jacket, snow pants, snow boots, like could the average person survive that? Is this like instant freeze? What happens to people's cars? I feel like that's got to be one of the most absurd experiences on the planet. Is just whatever Canada is about to experience. Yikes. We're going to get to that. But I want to stay on this. I want to stay on the weather thing for a bit. Exactly. So the winter storm is coming. A winter storm is coming named Winter Storm Fern, okay? One of the worst names for the megastorm. It's supposed to be basically a biblical level storm of just unbelievable dumping of snow across America. Like, the maps are ridiculous. The map is just America. It's not like, oh, there's a storm coming to New Jersey. No, the storm is coming to America. And it's just going to blanket the entire eastern side of America in snow, apparently. And the name is Fern. Like, what's with the worst storms ever being named like, oh, Fern, Todd? Like, why couldn't it be named like Winter Storm Angelica, you know? Winter Storm Frederick. Oh, dude. That's a storm to get taken out by. Winter Storm Fern? And we have no idea how much snow is coming, right? In the New York City area, there have been reports of as little as an inch, like a light dusting, to as much as, I don't know, like 3 feet plus. In this area, there's just never a quality gauge on how much snow we're actually going to get. We'll get like a prediction, and it'll say 8 inches are coming. When you look outside and it starts snowing, you wake up to like a light dusting on the ground. No one knows what to believe. So all I know is I'm going to see a bunch of posting this weekend. I'm going to see a bunch of people posting and saying, oh my gosh, it's snowing. Oh my gosh, it's cold. It's cold in New York. Yeah, we know it's cold. Everyone knows it's cold. Get over it. New York City gets cold in the winter. Shocking. It's a northern city. Shocking. We got it. I know you grew up in Miami. I know you grew up in Georgia. But stop complaining. You came here. You knew it was going to be cold. I don't want to hear it. And then on Monday, we're going to get back to school, back to work. And then Anna is going to come up to you and be like, oh my gosh, did you see the snow? Yes, Anna, I saw the snow. Yes. It was the only thing that was reported for the last week. They called it a storm to remember forever. Yes, I knew there was going to be snow. And I saw it. We got 2 feet of snow. I saw the snow. Okay? I know how it's going to go. I I already feel it coming. I already hear the small talk. And I've already lost my mind. Like, I'm already exhausted. I mean, dude. So we're gonna get a biblical level storm while also getting the polar vortex. You could literally see it right there. Right there, it's reaching into New York City. It's gonna be an abomination in New York City this weekend. Absolutely diabolical levels of cold and snow, supposedly. And someone's gonna be like, man, it's cold outside. I got it. I know it's cold. I'm shivering too, dude. I'm bundled up. I don't need you to tell me that it's cold outside. I'm well aware. I'm just at a loss, dude, because I know how it's gonna go. I mean, we're talking. I can't see any of these numbers. Bring it up. Jarvis, enhance. Wow, -3. It's gonna be -3 in New York City. -3. So it's going to be -3, and there's going to be 6,000 feet of snow on the ground. And then someone is going to have the gall to come up to you on Monday like, wow, it was a cold and snowy weekend, huh? Like, yeah, dude, it was. Okay? I got it. Bro. And the best part is that New York City sanitation wants help removing the snow, so they're going to pay you $20 an hour, not even $19.14 an hour. When I was 8 years old, I was demanding $50 for a driveway, and it would take me 45 minutes. What are we talking about? What is this? $19 an hour? How is that competitive? Hot tip, don't join the NYC sanitation. Just go walking down the street, say, hey, happy to clear out the snow in front of your business. I'll take care of it. $40. Sure. Shovel for like 45 minutes, $40. You're going to completely clear out NYC sanitation. No shot. Not to mention, you get to walk around wherever you want. And NYC sanitation is going to be like, actually, you need to take the A train uptown, you know? We need some clearing here and there. It's like, dude, no. $19 an hour to shovel snow? What is this? What is this? Also, there's going to be a couple of viral clips. Someone's bringing skis. It might be me, but someone's bringing skis out and is skiing New York City streets. 100%. 100%. It's the move. Okay. I don't want to start with that. I guess that's the only one. All right, hold on. Hold on, chat. We're going to find the actual proper tweet for this. I want to start properly. Hold on, chat. One moment. If you guys are in the chat, if you guys are watching the stream, please say hello in the X chat or the Pump chat or the Twitch chat. Love to see what you guys have to say. Love to chat with you guys. Get some back and forth action going. And also, if you guys are watching, you know the deal. Likes and reposts, they do go actually a tremendously long way. So thank you if you choose to do so. Thank you. What, dude? All of the posts are just her like this. Like no one has an actual quality post. That's kind of hilarious. Oh, I know what to do. Hold on. Okay, perfect. Caroline Ellison has been released from federal custody. This is the former CEO of Alameda. Actually, is it just called Alameda? Or is it called Alameda Trading? What's it called? Alameda Research. Okay. I forgot. Caroline Ellison has been released from federal custody. She is the former CEO of Alameda Research. She was the partner in crime for Sam Bankman-Fried. And according to court documents, her lover, or his lover, his lover. Excuse me. Freudian slip, I guess. But according to court documents, she was his lover, Sam Bankman-Fried's. So she's free. She is out. This is like pretty quick. I mean, the turnaround on this was pretty wild. When was she sentenced? Caroline Ellison sentencing. Sentenced to prison. She was sentenced to 24 months in prison. Okay. Caroline Ellison was sentenced to 24 months in prison in 2024. She pleaded guilty to 7 charges, including wire fraud and money laundering. And she was the CEO of Alameda Research. Alameda Research is kind of like pretty critical in the FTX thing. So she wasn't just like a nobody involved in the FTX thing. She was more or less like one of the operating, what's the word? Caroline Ellison was not a nobody in the FTX scandal. She was one of the kingpins. It was her and Sam Bankman-Fried. She like Alameda Research is kind of what was the entity that ran a lot of the not great transactions ran through Alameda Research. And she said that she was convinced and led on by Sam Bankman-Fried to do a lot of these, transactions, but she's her own individual person. She is the CEO of Alameda. She was not a nobody. She pled a sweetheart deal where she testified against him. She went against SBF. So she got a light sentence. She only got 24 months, and now she's out. Reminder, she was basically a part of it just the same. Like, she was very involved. Absurd. Like, actually crazy outcome that Caroline Ellison is now out. Like, time passes fast, man. Time really does pass fast. She's out of jail. She's free to go. Now, I want you guys to consider something, all right? Consider this. I mean, hold on. Open image, a new tab. Okay. Chat, hear me out. Caroline Ellison, I mean, all I'm saying is think about it, She's kind of cute if she changed up her look, I think she could pull it off. Just saying. I'm just saying. Hear me out. I would say hello. The glasses kind of work for her here. The hair's pretty. I could see it. I'm just saying. Look, man, before you kill the messenger, all I'm saying is there's a chance. Sheesh. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I mean, I will say, if you guys read some of the court documents, she wrote a lot, and I mean a lot, about how she likes a guy who wants to conquer the world, which is part of why she was interested in Sam Bankman-Fried. So, if you have an interest in conquering the planet and world domination, Caroline might be your girl. And I mean, chat, what do we I mean, there's something here. I wonder if she would respond to I wonder if I should DM her. I should probably DM her. I mean, she's smart, she's smart. She just a thought. Anyway. The other crazy thing that everyone forgets. Let me pull this up. Hold on. X. One second. Where is this? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Sam Trabucco. Perfect. Yeah. Yep. I mean, when you talk about Caroline Ellison, it's hard not to talk about this guy, Sam Trabucco. I mean, he got away with it. He definitely got away with it. It's kind of ridiculous. He was the former CEO and a quant trader at Alameda, and he quit just a couple of months before the whole FTX saga went down. This guy was there in a very high level, a senior position when this stuff was going on, and he got away completely scot-free. completely scot-free. He put out a post where he was like, I want to spend more time on my yacht. I want to spend more time on my boat. This guy, literally, like, this is actually him. This is him on his boat that he wanted to spend more time on. Yeah, let's see. I want to see the timeline. This is a phenomenal timeline. B. Sam Trabucco, math prodigy, wins school competitions and joins math camp. Meets SBF there in 2010. Both nerds obsessed with probabilities. Studies math and CS at MIT. Plays poker with Bitcoin from the 2014 MIT experiment. Triples it and gets hooked on trading. After college, joins Susquehanna International Group as a quant trader. It learns risk, poker strategy, and market psychology. 2017, he quits, trades crypto full-time. Dinner with SBF, joins Alameda Research as one of the first hires and starts running arbitrage bots with high leverage strategies. 2021, he became the co-CEO of Alameda with Caroline Ellison. He was the co-CEO with her. She went to jail for 2 years for her work at Alameda. Builds DeFi yield systems and aggressive trading algorithms. Doesn't care about effective altruism. November 2021 approves a $150 million bribe to Chinese officials to unlock $1 billion frozen on OKX and Huobi. Jokes about it later in a Signal chat. The same year, buys 2 luxury apartments, a house in Maine, and a $2.5 million yacht called Soak My Deck. In August of 2022, this is months before FTX explodes, he suddenly, kind of out of nowhere, resigned as co-CEO of Alameda. He tweeted that he was tired and wanted to enjoy life. He wanted to spend more time on his boats. By the way, named Soak My Deck. 3 months later, FTX collapsed and everyone went to prison except for him. 3 months later. Chat. No criminal trial, no nothing. He's just off the map. He literally co-ran Alameda, and the person who he co-ran it with went to jail for 2 years after taking, by the way, a sweetheart plea where she turned over everything she had so that they could pin SBF as hard as possible. He probably would not have gotten that plea. He should have, this guy got away with it. I'm like, it's crazy. It's actually insane. And everyone knows it. This is obvious. This is very clear and obvious. Meanwhile, this is who they put away. How dare they? How dare they? I can't. I mean, in fairness, she also definitely deserved to go to jail, and probably for longer. I think Sam got something like 20 years plus, and he has basically no chance of a pardon right now. According to reports, Trump is not interested in pardoning SBF, despite SBF's incredible Republican pandering, absolutely incredible levels of pandering, where all of a sudden he's like, actually, the Biden administration wanted to constrict us and suffocate us, and only the Republicans were here to save us, and we love Republicans. Meanwhile, the entire time, he was donating to both sides, right? He just plays both sides of the field. Incredible pandering. It's just, the whole thing is an absolute mess. It's like the scum of the earth ran this show. But, dude, imagine, she's kind of bad in this AI, I could see it. She's kind of bad. Can I get that number? Do you think she likes sushi? Or just drinks? I mean, we're all thinking it, Maybe I'm the only one saying it, but we're all thinking it. Let me see if I can find the other all-time Caroline Ellison clip. Caroline Ellison stops. She doesn't use, it was limits. Limit order. Or stop loss. I think it's stop loss. Stop loss. Okay. Dude, I do got to say, though, like, some of these pictures, she might have been the worst person to, like, photograph on the street. It's kind of tough. I feel bad. They did not get her in the best light. They did not get her in the best light. Oh, this is a clip. This is it.
Use very little math. Use a lot of like elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important. We tend not to have things like stop losses. I think those aren't necessarily a great risk management tool. I'm trying to think of a good example of a
They didn't use stop losses at Alameda.
trade where I've lost a ton of money. Well, I don't know. I probably don't want to go into specifics too much with that.
Dude, I mean, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yikes, chat. Yikes. Yeah, she served 13 months. It was more than 13 months. No? But I mean, yeah, here he disputes it, and there are some actual arguments to the contrary, but they're not as salacious. Oh man, it's just crazy. She has a 10-year ban on leading any public company or crypto exchange. Huh. So she has a 10-year ban on leading any public company or crypto exchange. So 2036, we're bringing back FTX and Alameda, and she's at the head of it. We're going to put her at the front. We're going to let her have another spin. 2036. Count your days, lads. Count your days. In 10 years, we have the pump of a century coming, and it's going to be at her hands. It's going to be at her hands. I support her wholeheartedly. She's a criminal. Like, I'm not a huge fan of her. Just to be clear, not my type, not my style. Godspeed. Anyway, we're going to keep things going. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. Share this tab instead. Let's keep things rolling. Let's keep things rocking, rolling, ongoing. All right, let's keep things going. What else we got? I will say this is crazy. So wow, I got in early on this post. Holy crap, this thing blew up today. Wow. Yeah, so the last thing I have to say on Caroline Ellison, Grug, and I believe him. I believe Grug. Whatever he's saying, I know for a fact, like, Grug has had some crazy stuff happen in his life. This guy does not lie on Twitter. Caroline Ellison once went on a Zoom date with an acquaintance of mine. One of his first questions was whether she would be open to getting extensive plastic surgery, and she said she would. Chat, there is an opportunity here to invest early. There is an opportunity to invest early, and it's in Caroline Ellison. Lads, I see the future, and it's splendid. I feel like Murray Hill guy would call her like a beautiful mid. Oh boy, dude. Oh boy. We are off the deep end, truly. Wow. She is a real ride or die. She is. I mean, well, she did go against SBF. So that's no. She did not ride or die for him. No. I would not agree with that. Yeah, in fact, SBF would disagree. Reply. Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible. What else we got? Wow, dude, chat is slow today. Like I'm waiting for anyone to say anything, but not happening. So okay, let's get into the Roblox discussion, shall we? Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. One moment. Un segundo, por favore. Un segundo, por favore. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna find it. All right, let me go here. Unbookmark. Yep. Why does this not unbookmark it? Oh, this post was deleted?
But the top 10 creators are making $38.5 million a year. The top 10 creators, and now look, there's thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of creators. The top 10 are making $38 million a year.
Roblox, we're just now finding out, like people are just finding out at large that the people that are making games on Roblox, you know, those games that you see 5-year-olds at the airport playing on massive iPads, those Roblox games are making the developers millions, and I'm saying ridiculous amounts of millions of dollars a year for random people that choose that, let's go develop a game on Roblox's platform, making millions. The top 10 creators are making like $40 million a year. Those are insane numbers. But the top 1,000 making $1 million a year, that's fantastic money. Like, that's ridiculously good money. What else does Thread have to say on this?
But the top 10 creators on Roblox are making NBA money. The top 10 creators on Roblox are making Patrick Mahomes, LeBron James, Josh Allen, Mookie Betts type of money.
Yeah, but what's he getting at? Like, we're not going there. Like, crypto's not hopping in, chat. Crypto's not hopping in. Let's get back to the top here. Yeah, the Roblox kids are about to scam CT, dude. So they're finding out. They're just now seeing the Thread guy is talking about this. If the crypto guys are catching on, reach out to them in DMs and gather fundings. No man left behind. Best time to get rich. Big ass investors invested millions to Volodex so you can secure a couple thousands, gain trust, and use your funds right. A16Z invested into Volodex. And Thiel, do you even know what that means? The Roblox kids are finding out that apparently that the crypto guys are paying attention. And they're like, guys, how do we get rich? How do we take their money immediately? One, game is game. Respect. Also, they don't care about us, like, at all. It's like, they might be better than us. They actually might be better than us. But there's a catch. A lot of these are full studios with teams, and you need to spend a lot of marketing. Yeah. They're actual teams. This is how it goes with every game. It's like, in crypto, people just find out about things a decade after it happens, and they're like, oh my God, here's my new business find. Guy, Hightail is the result of a game, Hypixel. The Hypixel team ran Minecraft for the last 12 years. That was the most used server on Minecraft, making millions of dollars a year. And it came from a team. It was like an actual studio that ended up building a game that got sold to Riot Games, got back from Riot Games, and is now finally getting released. Like, these are serious teams. These are not jokes. These are real teams that are making this money. It's not a catch. It's just reality. Don't expect to hop in and print money easily, even with a team without significant experience. Yeah, like that. Duh. Welcome to reality, dog. Welcome to reality. I mean, here we go. Like, it's super funny seeing people talk about Roblox development while having absolutely no idea what they're talking about. Yeah, because Elisa here is talking about, like, oh, it's super predatory. It's not. It really is not that predatory. And a lot of these are kind of like fair, like very fair percentages. System relies on child developers selling them dreams of making millions of money while only the top 1% does. I mean, damn, like, that's not real. That's not right. I mean, I would actually like to know his thoughts. Like, I don't agree with Lisa at all on this. I would like to know his thoughts, but this is the response from Roblox. Like, the Roblox guys are seeing that crypto guys are suddenly starting to ask questions about Roblox, and they're like, oh my God, These are the worst. We are being attacked by the worst people on the planet. Crypto bros. Disgusting. We spit on you. Like, this absolutely, imagine you have your lovely game and all of a sudden the crypto guys are like, guys, they're making money. We need to go there. No. Disaster. I mean, people that have known about this have been on this game for a long time, right? Like, even, where's Wabi? Like, the Sappy Seals have been doing this. The Sappy Seals have been running Roblox games for the better part of the last 7 months. And they've been doing excellently. But they've been there for months already. People that know this stuff have been in the game for years. Actually, I need to go get my seal. I have my seal. I need to show it on stream at some point. It's like right over there. I have a seal. Oh, is this it? Yep. Sappy Seals has been in Roblox since July, doing just fine. Since July of last year, they've been there for 6-7 months. They have actually blown up among, you'll find this funny, among the seal community. There is actually a genuine seal community on the internet. They've blown up. And the people on Roblox are like, oh my God, this is kind of... Just so you guys know, before you play this game, it's a crypto project. They do crypto. And it's actually been like a point of contention for the Sappy Seals community on Roblox. But people that have been on game have known about this for years. This is not some random revelation. It's like crypto sees these things that have existed for years, and they're like, guys, hear me out. Drop shipping. It's like, it's almost comical. It kind of puts us in a bad light. We're supposed to be the forefront of technology. Meanwhile, kids that are 8 years old are out competing all of us. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Roblox is the leading platform where gaming happens today and is what the metaverse should have been. This is from July of last year. And Sappy was, in a sense, almost late. Like, this has been out. I've been playing Roblox since I could remember playing games. The only game I remember playing before Roblox was Where the World is Carmen Sandiego and Zoo Tycoon. That's it. I can't remember any other games I played before Roblox. I've been there. I've been there. I've been there my whole life. Okay? I grew up a Roblox kid, then migrated to Minecraft because that was way better. Still is, in my opinion. But Roblox is the leading gaming platform for like random gaming developers to just build anything. It's phenomenal. And crypto guys are like, wow, we found the new pot of gold. Like, shut up, bro. We did not. 8-year-olds found it. And they're cooking us. We need to stick to our lane sometime. What else I got? No, nothing to really add there. This I might bring up. No. This I might bring up. This is interesting. Yeah. That's funny. Oh, this I want to talk about. Okay. Okay. I have personally noticed a shocking rise in GLP-1 usage. And I mean, look, if you want to use it or if you need to use it, power to you. But I've just noticed it has definitely been spiking in usage. Like I started hearing about Ozempic in 2025. I didn't really know that it existed. And now every celebrity seems to be on it. I mean, Meghan Trainor, the change is shocking. And I've been seeing a lot of people personally have been using it for sure. And my one concern, right? My one concern is that, like, it really does affect you. It's not like a nothing burger. It actually thins out parts of your skin. Like, it actually does physically change you. It's not just a free miracle drug. Like, there are consequences, there are side effects. And yes, like, the losing the weight is pretty critical and a pretty valuable thing, right? Like, it's actually very good for people to lose a lot of weight, for sure. You do not want to, like, having excess weight on you is not good for you, for sure. However, listen in.
Yeah. So I think that physicians need to be careful about prescription. And they already are. They don't tend to prescribe this to people who are very skinny. But the fact that this stuff is available through the gray market very easily without prescription for very, very cheap, fortunately I've contributed to that, has led to a lot of people.
In what way? You mean just?
Oh, I made a guide to doing this, and a few thousand people actually paid me $8 a piece to see all the details on it. And now I have a few thousand people who, unprompted, I didn't tell them to do this, message me their weight loss progress and such. So through writing this guide a few months ago, I've led to almost 12,000 pounds of weight loss. And that's just what's been reported to me. Not everybody's telling me all the results.
And is that at a high level, people just finding
well, this is all gray market. Like, this is GLP-1, basically Ozempic, available on gray, maybe even black markets. Like, where are people getting these drugs from?
pharmacies that will compound the drug for them? What does that actually look like?
So what it looks like is buying from China. So
they're buying drugs from China on the gray market, and they're injecting it into their veins. Dog. Oh, dude. I think 2026 might actually be the year that we start hearing about some of the negative side effects here. I am concerned. I hope for the best. I really do. If we have a miracle drug that gets rid of fat, that is great. That is actually great for society. I really hope that the side effects are manageable, or at least minimum. Oh, dude, this is like, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't feel great about it. I really don't. Especially the gray market stuff. Like, if doctors are prescribing it and they're being careful and cautious and they're well-educated, medical practitioners, fine, fair, great, even. But there are people that are just like, oh, I'm fat, I need to go get a GLP-1. My doctor won't provide one to me, and just goes on the black market, gets it from China, calls it a day, starts injecting.
So you are ordering from a Chinese factory. You are testing the purity of the stuff and finding, it's 99.9%. I can use it, and then using all of that. It is not sold by Novo Nordisk, Eli Lilly, or any other major company working on these drugs. It's just from some Chinese company that is ripping them off.
Polymarket.
Oh, dude, we are cooked. We are so unbelievably, unfathomably cooked. They're just going to China and buying rip-off drugs of GLP-1 and losing thousands of pounds. Dude. People are going to get seriously hurt. I hope not. I really do hope not. Like, this is... I don't like it. And it's not just with GLP-1. It's not just with that.
There probably will never be clinical
Here's
trials.
Martin Shkreli talking about Chinese peptides. I mean, are they Chinese peptides? Well, they're just peptides. Although a lot of them do come out of China too.
Drugs.
Right. There's this edge case where, you have a cosmeceutical in essence, or kind of like something that doesn't quite fit what's a disease to the FDA. So a good example is premature ejaculation. So the FDA does not consider that an illness. European drug regulators do. And so you can get approved for impotence in America because it's actually sort of a medical problem where it's like, if I can't, copulate and reproduce, it's a big medical kind of emergency in a sense. Premature ejaculation is sort of like, you have it. This is what it is. So the FDA has never been willing to approve. A company a long time ago tried to get an old J&J drug called Epoxetine approved for premature ejaculation. And the FDA basically said, there's no set of circumstances where we will approve this. And, what's weird about that is, what if you actually do suffer this? And it's a severe psychological detriment. As much as we joke about it, people joked about erectile dysfunction a long time ago. And it's it's a serious, illness to many. So you sort of live in this twilight of like, well, I know what drug works. This drug duloxetine actually does work, but I also know it'll never be FDA approved. So what do I do? And in some ways, you're sort of like, I'm taking an unapproved, technically illegal substance and I'm buying it off some shady, third-party market. So eventually I think we need to find a way, just like almost like what we just talked about for prediction markets. You have these third markets where it's like, yeah, you can bet on, what Trump's going to say in a speech, and it's not registered stock exchange, but it's also more than just you and me making a side bet. And it's the same thing with this, where it's like duloxetine is not a peptide, but duloxetine is medically useful for that disease. If you call it a disease, FDA won't say no. So it's not like I'm taking some random goop. It's a real medicine, but it's in this middle of like, what do you do with this thing? And so much of what we do as investors or whatever is in that middle. Uber, you could sort of define Uber as in that weird middle as well. So I think eventually, we need to address, like, it's not as insane as maybe I'm making it out to be. I think some of it is, but eventually you need to address this, like, how do we do peptides?
Well, even like, BPC 157, like there's no incentive to spend the tens of millions of dollars on trials.
Oh, this was the clip. Sorry. By the way, Chris, we're probably going to run for like another 10 minutes. I want to do this clip and I want to talk about Kalshi. This is the actual clip I wanted to watch. So hold on. This is Martin Shkreli talking about the use of peptides, like random peptides, and doing peptide cycles to boost performance, aka get crazy muscles. Not like steroids, but apparently this is it's good for you. It makes you strong. I don't know.
Wanted your take on the peptides boom.
Yeah, peptides are, every time somebody asks me about it, I have to laugh because peptide is defined as a small protein. And so what you're really asking is, what is my take on the unapproved self-medication boom? And when you phrase it that way, it sounds insane.
No. And that's like, to me, I tried a peptide cycle probably 5 years ago, and I was like, okay, this is like cool. And I noticed like a moderate effect, but I also acknowledge that like, I'm like administering like effectively an experiment, like an experimental drug is not the right framing, but it's not like the same as like walking into Erewhon and getting some vitamin D and having a daily supplement. It's like you're like you're doing an injection. The source matters a ton, and it is far closer to taking a round of anabolic steroids than it is adding some creatine to your smoothie.
I just think it's nuts. I mean, if you think it's a good idea to do your own research on medicine, self-medicate, and on uncontrolled substances that are manufactured, God knows where, that have not been clinical trials. And I mean, I'm as libertarian as it gets, but I just don't understand what the impetus is to like take foreign substances without like some emergency need. And it boggles my mind.
You know what's funny? A lot of the people that do this, by the way, like a lot of the people that are doing these peptide cycles, also the same people that are like, I would never get vaccinated. I would never want anyone to just put a needle in me. It's like, my guy, you're doing a peptide cycle from who knows who made the drug. I'm just saying. Don't shoot the messenger. You raised A, I'm raising B. Okay, like. Just saying.
Because, people, there's some psychological phenomenon where people need to feel in control, or they need something in their life that they feel like they're taking a risk on, or, it's nuts. I mean, why would you do it?
Linear.
Yeah, it is a little nuts. What else we got? There's like one or two other things I want to talk about. I don't even want to talk about clavicular. Screw that guy. Let me pull up Dustin. Because now I can talk about this. Okay. Where's the tweet? Soon It's coming somewhere here. It's coming up. It's got to be in here somewhere. Where is it? Where is it? Wait, what? Why can't I find it? He tweeted about it today. Did he delete it? He must have deleted it. All right, hold on one second. Kalshi, Massachusetts. Okay. Oh, it was Daniel. That's why. It was Daniel. Okay. So this is pretty big. A few days ago, Kalshi received a preliminary injunction against them in a Massachusetts court. Basically, TLDR, Kalshi can't do sports contracts in Massachusetts anymore. At least it's a preliminary injunction. It might be appealed. Well, it probably will be appealed, and it might be overturned. But for now, Kalshi can't offer sports contracts in Massachusetts. And it's not stopping there. Other states are taking that preliminary injunction ruling and using it potentially in their favor. In the Third Circuit, it was like that. In this Third Circuit, the ruling from Massachusetts against Kalshi was filed as supplemental authority in support of New Jersey's quest to vacate the preliminary injunction that was entered against New Jersey. So New Jersey had kind of lost at that time. Kalshi was looking great. I'll say this. Prediction markets are not really winning on the sports front. Legally, a lot of these states are winning their battles. Like the tide legally is turning. CFTC put out a statement a few months ago, right before the shutdown started. They were like, by the way, if someone from a prediction market tries to argue that we might have, if someone from a prediction market tries to argue that they are kind of required under the CFTC to have availability across all states, even if the state prevents it or at least wants to prevent it under their local gaming laws. That's what they're trying to argue. We're not about that. We're not there. So the CFTC took a position that wasn't against prediction markets, but it wasn't for them. And by doing so, they took a position that was not for prediction markets. And now Massachusetts ruled against Kalshi. It's not a final ruling, but it is a preliminary injunction. And it stops future sports contracts from going live in Massachusetts from Kalshi. And other states are taking notice immediately. New Jersey is trying to argue this too. New Jersey, a huge gaming state. So all that to say, it is not looking great for prediction markets on the sports front. The whole it's investing, it's not gambling argument, it's not holding up. Courts are not liking it. It's like it's almost indefensible. It looks exactly like a sports bet. It's like, who's going to win? Patriots or who are they up against? Broncos. Who's going to win? Patriots or Broncos? Like, that's sports gambling. So, just saying, dude, it is not looking great. Iowa bill seeks to regulate prediction markets. Like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. It was leaning Kalshi's way, but recent rulings elsewhere seems to have caused a shift. Kalshi is not doing great in these sports sports court cases. Because it's just hard. It's hard to argue that it's actually investing. It's like, because it's not. It's gambling with like a twist. And the twist isn't really a twist. It's just like the gambling it's facilitated slightly differently. So that's the one thing. Like I think long term it is. I mean, like, you can't fault the prediction markets because the gambling market is so big, right? Like you can't fault Kalshi, Polymarket, etc. You can't fault them for going super hard on sports gambling because it's sports gambling. It's one of the biggest markets that's been growing for the past 10 years. It's blowing up. If you run a business, it's silly to not try. It's worth the money to try. But they're losing. There's a reason why you have Kalshi and Coinbase and all, like, they're all working together. That's why you have them on the same calls, and they're like, we're on the same side, because they have to go against the gaming lobby. And guess who's doing pretty well? The gaming lobby. And the gaming lobby is kind of winning. And even just the law straight out, like the law as it's written, goes against prediction markets in the sports realm specifically. Elsewhere, there's better arguments to be made, right? But in sports specifically, it looks functionally identical to sports gambling. So it's like, no wonder they're starting to lose these cases. The CFT isn't a fan. The CFTC isn't a fan. Massachusetts is leaning very much against Kalshi, and every other state is paying attention. Every other state where this is being argued is paying very close attention. Some specifics on it. It's going to be forward-looking, won't require any unwinding of existing event contracts that anyone's already bought. But that's why I would not expect to see, like, you know what? Let me just see. If I go on Kalshi, I'm pretty sure. Well, how does this work? Let's see. Share this tab. I bet if I search Denver, not them, New England. Huh. It's not there. Wait, is there not a search button? Search, okay. Denver. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So, I mean, the market exists. Wow, dude, rip. Rip Denver, man. The Patriots going back. That's so tough. But the market still exists. But they're probably going to have to start geo-blocking people in Massachusetts as a result of this preliminary injunction. Like, not looking great. And other states are trying to follow suit. And a big reason why a lot of the prediction markets have taken off recently, specifically in sports, is because they've been used to kind of like, they haven't been following the same rules, we'll say, as like a DraftKings. They follow different rules, or at least they argue that they are privy to different rules because they're DCMs. So, not looking great, chat. Not looking great. And let me just do a quick scan of the timeline. Is there anything interesting going on? Anything interesting on the timeline right now? Dude, there are too many women on this timeline. Forget that it's for you. Dang. Dang. Impressive. Anyway. All right. I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to stop scrolling. All right, we're done. Oh, wait. No. We're done. We're done with this. All right. All right, good. We're going to bring this one home. We're going to close it out. I really should not just scroll the timeline. Like, it just does not work. It's not the move. All right, chat. That is it. I hope you guys enjoy the show. If you did, you know the deal. Likes, reposts, they go a long way. So thank you if you choose to do so. And if not, that's all right. But we'd love to see you guys next week. We'll be back again on Sunday, assuming that I have power and internet. And I'm not covered in snow, but I'll be here Sunday. So I'll see you guys then. Otherwise, thanks for joining the stream, and we'll see you guys then. Bye.